everyone, it's Kimberly Shipley. I'm out here outside in the building with my lawnmower. And just to let y'all know, lawnmower's for dummies. And yes, I do have my mask. I'll put it on when I get out there and actually mow. And this is not going to be about the mower. I'm just going to show y'all it does work and it does crank. Okay, here we go. All right, everyone, here's my art lawnmower. Kind of see it from an angle. It's a Husqvarna, if I'm saying it right. All right, what I did wrong, let's see if I remember how to do it. You push this all the way in. Sorry, it takes all my strength. And, let's see. Remember here. Push this up a little. See if I can do this with one hand. Does crank, everyone. Hi again, everyone. As you can see, I got the lawnmower crank, so there wasn't nothing wrong with it. I am bushed, everyone. I'm tired. I started at 7:30 this morning, door dashing. Done it to about 1 o'clock. Stopped for about 2 hours because my son, he gets off the bus at 4. And so as soon as I came home, I get out there and crank the lawnmower. I mowed the front yard, backyard, and the field that's kind of way off back in there, private area, where the trampoline and all that's at. Done that. Mowed it. Okay, what happened to the lawnmower? I'm going to say this. I guess I needed a lawnmower for dummies handbook, because what I was doing, okay, you're supposed to push the brake all the way in, turn the throttle up, and then turn the key over. Well, I didn't know to push the brake all the way in. So anyway, somebody told me, and we fixed the solution, and now I mowed the lawn. So that's a good update. Yard's mowed, or most of it. I still got a little spot over this way on the side of towards the side. It's not of the house. It's a little more area. Next to the barn out there, but it's my side of the property, so I've got to mow it. It was time for Caleb to come in, and I'm like, okay, I got to get off the mower and stop. So I might have to wait till Monday to do that one, because I don't like to do stuff when, like that, and leave Caleb inside while I'm, be out mowing. So I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I'm a very cautious parent, and I do not leave my child in the house, and while I go off and doodle around, I do not do that. So anyway, I'll probably wait till Monday to mow. Probably Monday morning, maybe, while it's really early. Then after Caleb come in, we went back and door dashed some more to about 6:30 tonight. And so I am worn out. My muscles is just stiff where I sit in the car and all that. So that's the reason why I haven't got much more done, other than DoorDash and trying to make a few extra dollars, and which I done okay today. It was what I would call a Friday. For Friday, it was a little slow, but I mean, made some, so can't complain on that, I guess. And then where I mowed, just riding the mower, just got my muscles stiffed up more. So I have been busy all day, just not really, other than mowing the lawn, I have not really done nothing productive around here today. And of course now we come home, ate supper, and I'm tired. I really am. I'm just exhausted. So I still want to make a video for y'all guys. and get on here and, just talk to y'all for a second, tell y'all about my day. And, just I'm exhausted. So I had somebody to comment too about my kitchen drawers. Actually, I'm going to try to fix them, and I'm going to do it on camera. I want to try to fix them myself. I just got to take a minute time, when I'm not so tired. Just like trying to finish that painting in the bedroom, in Caleb's bedroom. I've just been so tired. There's other things we got to do, like the yard is getting a little growed up, so I had to mow. And yesterday, I was going to yesterday, but it started raining bad. But it was dried up enough I could mow today. So anyway, it turned out to be good. I don't know if you know this or not on here. I was born and raised here in Kentucky, just next door to where I live at now, which the land my mobile home sits on is what my father gave to me. Actually, years ago, it was a strawberry patch at one point. When I was a kid, I remember it being a strawberry patch, and I knew they had a garden over in here too, so good garden land, I know that. But yeah, that's kind of the update about how I got my place. My dad gave me the land, and well, he kept it technically he kept it in his name and let me put my home here, but he said upon his death, I get this part of the property. I have a sibling, so they have the other part where my dad lived on. But anyway, so that's kind of how I come to get this place and get the land. The land's kind of inherited. My grandpa actually owned the land. So this land has been in my family for, let's see. Oh my goodness. My grandpa was born in 1907. I'd say he was about 30-something when he bought this. So maybe the 1940s. I know my grandpa was in World War II. And his name was Sewell. And he, I think, according to what my husband always told me, I think my grandpa was considered a sergeant in the war, in World War II. But my grandpa had got sick, and he had had a stroke and kind of paralyzed him, from what I understand. And he was in a medical army hospital in Colorado. Well, and this is how he met my grandma. Her brother's name's Kenneth, which I never met him. He had passed before I was born. But anyway, her brother knew my grandpa Sewell. And he said, while he's in the army, of course, this is before he got injured, he said, he's lonely, once you ride him. She wasn't married. And he told my grandma was named Marjorie. And he told my grandma, Marjorie, he said, he's lonely, he's a soldier. He's just from a place called Fountain Run, which is a very small community. But my grandpa's generations ran about 200 years in Fountain Run. So he had told her, won't you ride him? And so she agreed to. She wasn't seeing nobody. And she agreed to ride him. And so they talked back and forth in letters in World War II. Well, he got injured. He had a type of, I think, heat stroke or something, but it put him paralyzed for somewhere around 7 or 10 months. He was in Colorado Hospital, if I remember correctly. But anyway, after he was released that time, of course, they still wrote. He wanted her to come down, but she didn't think it would be respectful. I mean, you gotta remember, this is the 40s. So she didn't want to go. My grandma was kind of getting a little older. She was in her 30s. My grandpa was getting ready in her 40s. I don't think in the war age probably mattered too much in World War II. So anyway, after he got released from the army and he came to back home, they met and got engaged. I guess done things properly, from for the times. Had their courtship and stuff, and probably I would say with the war money he had got, that's when my grandpa bought the land I live on now, which he bought about 100 acres. A small old house. I guess for the time it was okay home. This is about 1950. No, late 40s, I'd say. Very late 40s. So I'd say he did buy it with war money. Coming back from the war. That would be my guess, how he got the money for that kind of purchase, that big of amount. But it was around almost 100-acre farm, which he farmed. I think he had cows, of course, tobacco, garden, all that good stuff. And I'm sure milking cows and everything. But anyway, my dad was born in that home. So my dad had still lived there, and my grandpa passed away when I was kind of young. I was only 7. I remember being my papa's, girl right there. He really, I remember playing with him and things and sitting in his lap, things a little kid would do. Well, anyway, he passed away when I was 7, and I just have memories. My dad, what I'm trying to say is, my dad, he took care of my grandma, and he made a promise to my grandpa that he would take care of my grandma. And so we stayed in her home, and that's where I lived at all my life. We had lived with them, and my dad helped take care of my grandma, and my aunt did too. And so my grandma helped raise me. I was 20 when she passed away. Actually, let's see, what was it, around the 12th of August is she passed from a car wreck, but I was 20. My dad was driving. It was a bad wreck. My aunt was in there. Actually, my daughter also was in there. Out of 9 people, my daughter was the only one. She was only 2 at the time. But she was only, no, 3. But she was the only one out of 9 people that didn't get injured. But my grandma passed away a few hours later. I think she had suffered a stroke during the wreck. But, yeah, that's kind of how I came to be. And that's how many years. So, late 1940s. 48, 49 probably. Because I think, let's see, my dad was born, I believe, in 50 or 51. And he was born here at home. Next door. And so that's how many years. So this place since late 40s, 60, 70, 80. This has been going on almost 90 years in my family, this property. And so my grandpa did sell some of it off, the big farming land of it. He did sell that off when he knew he was not able enough to farm. So he decided to sell that back when I was a little kid. I was probably 5 or 6. I remember that land. I remember walking. I remember him even having tobacco on the land. Two big fields of tobacco. It was down on the bottoms of the land. And so anyway, but I remember walking it and stuff and just, enjoy being a kid. There was a lot of land to run on and play on, and just even to be by yourself with when you was a child. So anyway, That's how some people has asked me how long have I had my land, or how long have I lived here. This land has been in my family for it won't be long, it'll be 90 years. And so I really enjoy here. I'm 51. I've been here for 51 years, off and on, give or take, when I married. And me and my ex-husband did live somewhere else. Me and my current husband, which, if you don't know my situation, I'm widowed. He passed away on Christmas Eve. I'm just letting y'all know in case somebody's new on here. He passed away on Christmas Eve of 2024 of a cardiac arrest. He passed instantly. And so anyway, me and my husband, we lived here. So I've lived here for 51 years. Like I said, off and on a few times. While me and my ex-husband, the one I divorced, my first husband. So while we was married, we did live a few other places. But anyway, most of my life I've lived here. And when I was born, I wasn't born at the house, but anyway, I was born in the hospital. And like most everyone else, the year I was born was 1974, so I was born in a hospital. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a sobby story. I was born in a barn. Let's see what else. We didn't have nothing. They had to wrap me up in tobacco leaves and all that, where we didn't have a thing. No hospitals, no nothing around at that time. I'm just joking, everybody. But I'm so tired. I think I'm losing my mind tonight, so forgive me if I am. But I guess that's enough of this video. You know, if you're new here, subscribe. I know this video is probably boring to anybody new here. I hope it wouldn't, but I hope you enjoyed listening to this old Kentucky girl. I'm nothing but a hillbilly. But I'm just tired today, and this old hillbilly girl here is just tired. So I just kind of wanted to get on here and still might do my daily video. I guess run my jaws a little bit and let y'all guys listen to me run my jaws a little bit. And then I want to just be able to come on here and just, you know, let y'all know what was going on today. And then my mower works, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to put out a better video. I cross my fingers, and you know, maybe the good Lord will let me get some more energy to be able to do that. Maybe I'll start painting. I want to do that so bad. And if I didn't say it before, I hope I can repeat myself, because I don't like to do that. But my kitchen cabinets, somebody mentioned about them. I am going to try to attempt to fix them myself. I watched a YouTube thing about it, so if I do, hey, I'm going to put it on here. So if not, I'll still put on the flop of it. Kitchen cabinet flop. Trying to put back together cheaply. But anyway, guys, I will talk to y'all tomorrow, and if you like this video, click the like. If you didn't like the video, don't dislike it, still click the like. If anybody's a hater out there, go ahead and still leave a comment. That just brings up my algorithm. I appreciate your comments. May not reply back. Depends on how bad you hate me. I might just say hi. Jesus loves you. Might say something like that. But that still builds up my algorithm. I got to thinking about that. So, yeah. Still hate me. If you like me, comment, hey, if you like me. But anyway. And, hey, join me for the next video. Oh, you want to come here? You want to come here? Somebody side of me. And everybody say hi to Ted. Ted, you gonna say hi to everybody on the camera? Look. Get that hair out of your eyes. I got to trim his eye hair again. You my buddy? You mama's buddy, ain't you? Yeah, you mama's buddy. That's my Ted right there. And if you wonder why I call him Ted, it's Teddy for Teddy Bear. Bear's his middle name. And of course his last name's my name, Shipley. So it's Teddy Bear Shipley. Right, Ted? That's your name, ain't it, honey? Teddy Bear Shipley. And so anyway, yeah. Just join me for the next video tomorrow. I'm so tired. I'm talking out of my head now. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching and have a great night. Bye, everybody.